guys? Name's Donaldo. Got ninth place at here at the Coastal Games Hollywood Regionals that happened this past Sunday. I topped on top 16 with Labrynth, Floodgate Labrynth to be that exact. So pretty much here, let me get into the deck profile. It's 3 Arianas, 2 ladies, 1 lovely, and 1 Kuklok. These are the name, the heart and soul of the deck that gets everything running. To accompany the Labrynth, I play 3 lords. So this deck is pretty much a reference and a foundation from Ryan Yu's Nationals deck profile. This pretty much does get the engine rolling if you don't open up Labrynth engine. You set a big welcome, you attack, swing, activate big welcome, have him back in hand, summon out lovely, and then you just start reoccurring your Labrynth engine. Do play going second cards in the deck. I play 2 lava golems in the deck. For my power spells, I play 1 extra and 3 prosperities to get me into the name. This isn't the furniture build, so I'm not too crazy for hand advantage, but I do want to see cards that will help me win the game and go for the grind game. To accompany with the last power spells, I played 3 super polys. These are also going second. It's not bad going first, setting it down. This definitely goes well against Spray, Exorcisters, the mirror matches. Sometimes it's broken against other rogue decks, for example, like Heroes and Rescue Ace. 4 traps to continue the Labrynth engine. It's 3 welcomes, 3 big welcomes. Most people would play 2, especially in the furniture lab, but again, you need to see engine, so 3 of these, and there's no question why you want to play 3. This is probably the best card to have. 3 Karma Cannon. This card here kinda literally just does everything that you need it to do. If you open up 1, you're definitely not losing the game. You will definitely be surviving. This gets over a lot of things, especially gets over towers. So if you're dealing with a second hand Punisher, this takes care of that. This also takes care of Noir, if anything. 2 Tears of the Underroot. I was considering a Dogmatic Punishment, but since Unchained is actually on the rise to fame, I didn't feel comfortable playing it, so not having to destroy them so that they can just keep on reoccurring more advantages didn't sound good to me, so I just continued playing the 2. 3 Solemn Strike. I've always played the Solemn Strikes in any Labrynth build. I've always told myself that I always want my Welcome Lab or Big Welcome to always resolve. So if they have the Ash, at least I have this. And if they don't have the Ash, this is now another form of interruptions. The one-ups, I do main these 2. This is pretty much for any deck that loses to D-Berry, and this is pretty much for any deck that loses to Eradicator.
The game winners themselves.
The game winners now. These are actually the MVP. I'm not gonna lie. People can say what they want. 2 Floodgates, Skill Drain and Gozen. If I open up both of these, guarantee winning. Except for 1 game that I played, which was round 2 against Rescue Ace. I flipped this on their Lingerable. They were able to chain Emergency Tribute, 1 monster to play under Skill Drain, and they just summon big bodies. And at this point, like, because I'm playing the trap, I don't have that reoccursion like Furniture does. It's really depending on the matchup, but other than that, these really stop a lot of other decks. For the extra deck, I play the 1 Zombie Stein with the Zeus. Sometimes when I am under Skill Drain and you need actually a bigger body than 3k, because sometimes Cashier can make a 3k Rysar and their field spell is pumping it up. I need to get an Overroof, so hence I play this. And even so, if I want to slap a Zeus against certain decks, for example, like a mirror match, Zeus is another card that I do play, so I can wipe up the board. Zeus itself is just very strong in this format, and definitely don't want to take that out. Simple. This is for Ibli. Um, Even though I feel like the deck can still play under Ibli, but just get rid of it, call it a day, save yourself the trouble. The one Chaos Angel, I will explain why I played the Chaos Angel, because I know you normally would play with the furniture build because of the ladies and the Stovey, but soon I'll show you why. And because I'm playing Super Poly, I just have straight Super Poly targets. These are for anything that cybers, anything that summons more than 3 links, like the Infernobles or the Life Twin builds. This is for pretty much for the same reason as this. Warriors and Dragons. I know that these two has been kind of hyped up. This has come through for me. Round 7 against Vanadium. This literally got me the game. Against branded, I didn't play any branded, but it's always good to have. Your generic Super Poly targets. You have here against Dragon Link, also for branded, and these are for anything that plays dark. This requires 3, while this one requires 2. All of them have came up except for these 2.
Huh? Yes. I mean, when I go bandage,
The reason why I play the Chaos Angel is because I do side in the furniture, a little small package, 2 stovies, and a chandeliers. It's usually for the grind game. If you're playing against the mirror match, the floodgate build can't really compete with the furniture because they can recur cards faster than you can. So I always have it for the grind game here. Then 3 relevant hand traps in this format, Ash and Drow. A lot of decks that I've played lost to these draws, especially the Vanadium. This is what won me with the Super Poly. Ash stops a lot of things. You got Brandon going around. You got a bunch of stuff. This also hits Vanadium, the field spell, the Cashtira field spell. This can also hit the Pure Lily ones. I always ask the Pure Lily one. Boards that play 3 or more, like Runic Sprite, Infernoble, we got the Unchained, we got Vanadium. You know, you don't really care about what they really have. You just break the board, set 5 and pass. And you also got the evenly for things that doesn't have negates. You got like trap checks going around still. This will break the board. You got Labrynth also, mirror match, this will break the board. And the last card I play is the Full Force. In theory, this would be good. The decks that I think that this card can hit would be like Math Mix, Sprites. It can hit some Trap Tricks. I haven't been able to pull this off, but another reason why I play this was also for the Unchained. This one destroy all the monsters in the. Well, not everyone. You got some that have like bulky defense, but after it destroys everything, they're kind of dead because they only activate on field. It's a field destruction. So again, I was expecting Unchained. I ain't played no Unchained. Still kept it and do not regret it.
So you want to go into your matchups, or what are some of your matchups?
So my first matchup was actually Cashtira. I did win the round, the dice roll. We went to game 3. I kind of messed up in game 2. I literally had a game, had the evening in hand, but for some reason I normal summoned Ariana. And I looked at myself and I just said, you know what, let's go to game 3. Game 3, yeah, pretty toxic. This is pretty much what won me the game 3.
Eradicator MVP.
Eradicator. So in round 2, I played against Rescue Ace. Man, that guy was crazy. He actually got number 3 in standings. Gozen didn't do anything, Skillj didn't do anything. I was more on the defense actually than offense, and at that point he just outgrinded me, even with the furniture stuff. So he got that one. Round 3, I played purely. I won the die roll. I think I got lucky for winning the die roll because the Karma Cannons came through, and being able to reset them and de-burial was just too much for them. So that was a quick ease. Then I played again Cashtira. It was against a homie. I think every Cashtira played it always was to game 3. Round 4 was also Cashtira. What was round 5? I can't remember what was round 5 here. Let me pull it up.
So, what makes you feel that Rescue Ace is one of your tougher matchups?
They're just bigger, and stronger. because one thing, I don't play Imperm, I don't play Valor, so when they're going first and they already have their pretty much recursions, my trap cards just does one thing, and skill drain goes and doesn't do anything to them. They can dodge big welcomes, they can dodge the terror of the overroots, and with that field spell making everything gain 500 more plus to draw, that's
It's just bigger bodies than you at the end of the day.
bigger bodies and more recursion than I can. So round 5 was actually my Kashtira matchup. Round 6 was Source, so that was actually pretty a quick swift. He did win first. I actually topped up the Lava Golem, took care of his 2 monsters he had, and I knew that he had the 1 blackout. You know, I got rid of that real quick. And from there, he scooped. We went to game 2. I figured he was going to make me go first because I know that Sorso can go blind second. And with that, even me going first, I was lucky enough to open D barrier. So I was in a good defense. Round 7 is where I played against Vanadium. Man, going first goes and just does everything. They summon Meek. They want to activate Realm Heart, and you just activate Goes and Match, and they do absolutely nothing. And it's to the point where like they realize that like you're adding more advantage each time they pass, and they still can't do anything. They just scoop. He scooped. We went to game 2. Draw is pretty much what got me to a point where I wanted to be, where he only sat on a Barone and a Despater, and I had the Super Poly, and I was very proud of myself to be able to pull this off, because I've always talked about this card before it was actually a relevant thing. People call me weird for it, so when I was able to pull it out, banish his Despater, summon Despater, and I had like the broken combo for Labrynth. I had Ku Klog, Lady, and Big Welcome. That itself was able to take back the board. Despater himself was a negate because he had my opponent had a banished monster, and the last match was Vanquish. So yeah, game 1 he pretty much outgrinded me with there can only be one, and him able to just keep popping cards on my field with Caesar. Skill drain didn't do anything. He was able to dodge everything. Game 2, I forgot how I got game 2, but he screwed up pretty quick. In game 3, we had 9 minutes left because of a time extension, because we had a deck check. And he opened up pretty simple. He just sat on a Borger and a Fenray and 2 card set. I opened up evenly. I went into battle. He actually eradicated me for trap cards. I had 5 traps and a 1 brick, which was the Lovely, which was unfortunate. I pretty much had nothing else. Went to main 2 pass, and he was able to kill me in 2 turns. I drew a Big Welcome for turn that was automatically destroyed. And I just gave him a good handshake because it felt funny to be on the other side of Eradicator.
Well, congratulations on your 9th place finish, man. Happy to see it. Were there any changes you would have made to the deck?
There was a point in time where I told myself I did want to have the Kurikaros because I just went up against straight metas. I feel like Kurikaru would have been nice, but nonetheless, I missed it just a little. Would I change anything? Currently, nothing at the moment. Everything looks good to me. Again, this is a foundation. Started off Brian used deck profile. I think he did a good job, and I just make just a few tweaks on it, so I think it's a perfect deck.
Once again, congrats, man, on your invite, and we're going to be happy to see you at Worlds. Before we let you go, is there any shout-outs you want to make?
Yeah, so shout-outs to all the homies that actually gave me a lot of tips. My dog Malik, I have my dog right there who plays wrestling. I want to also give a shout out to this store, Real Good Deal. I come here every Wednesday to do some shenanigans. I'm always playtesting. Shout outs to the Labrynth Duelist chat or group chat on Facebook. I asked them questions. Some people gave me some good tips and I took it. Man, shout out to Cool Stuff because, you know, over there it's not easy, man. I feel like you're just thrown into the fire and you just come out with good skills. Other than that, that's it, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate having me.